Good morning everybody and welcome into another video as an extension of sorts to our custom set showcase. Now, with the bricklink market being something that I really struggle with, it has still not managed to stop me from wanting to turn some of my custom sets into real life customs. This process had begun with the Land Guardian from the Skyward Sword Silent Realm set from Wave 3, however I've got another 3 lined up that I cannot wait to turn into real form. And what we're going to do today is I'm going to walk you through the prep processes that I go through to take my custom set in its full form. We've got Monk Maz Kosher Z0015, I recommend checking that out, and how I'm going to turn him into a studio bricklink file for me to go and price up and then wait for the pieces to become cheap enough. Because the thing about these models is while I try to aim for most of them to be buildable, there's obviously elements that I'm not exactly going to want in sets, and there's also a couple of colour errors that I really thought LEGO would have produced by now, or that me in my almost a year and a half ago self didn't quite know how they were going to fix them. So what I've got here is I've imported the model, and if you're being astute you may have noticed off to the right that I have also copied this guy over, and that is because I was prepping for, well, what we're going to have to change today. So, you may notice a couple of pieces have changed. So firstly, I got rid of the motorcycle and the big spiky balls. I have no interest if I'm displaying this on my shelf to have those included with this custom, so I, well, got rid of them. Second thing I did was get rid of the print because Studio's not going to recognise, well, Bricklink I should say, won't recognise a print and won't let me buy it. So I just need to buy the white tile and then, well, just do my own custom sticker, but I've done that before, so that's nothing new. The next thing I went through is I went through and changed all the color validation errors on the Monk to stuff, well, so different colors, so I know to fix it. So you'll see right here we've got this bracket piece which is not currently available in the color. There's 3 of those in each arm that I need to go and work around, but there's more pieces available now since then, particularly we'll go sort that out in a minute. I think I must have just used the wrong clip variant because this one did not come in white. You've got the big dish piece at the bottom of his head, and then the most prominent area of problems is this part of the hat with both this 2x1, 2x2 tile with one stud in the middle, and this big 10x10 dish causing problems for the color validator. And you can see I've lined those out now. It's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10, 11 pieces that we're going to have to change. So let's go over to my next variation where I will sort a couple of those out. So the first one we'll deal with is the white clips, and you can see all 3 variations of the clip right here. The one I was using is, well, this one here, which is actually not available in the white color. However, I can either use the new ultra modern one, which will be a lot cheaper, or the older one, which will probably be a bit more expensive but also comes in white. So what I have done is I've gone up to the hair and I've just used the new clip variant, and there's no physical change, it's just a mold variation where that piece in the middle was never produced in the white color. And then the next thing we're going to go and do now is sort out the arms, which I have broken down for you over here. So this one on the left is of course the original arm. You can see that these 3 pieces are the ones that aren't available in the color of dark bluish grey. So what we're going to do is we're going to change up the structure. Now I made a couple of actual changes to this, and this mostly comes down to this piece here. This is the 1x2 bracket now that exists, which is perfect for this kind of stuff, and as you can see on my screen, it is one that goes upwards and it's only 1 in length. If I try and squeeze that back into the model, you can see that I have restructured the arms so that all of these supports come up from above, and this just adds a couple more tile spots for, well, building. Though one other problem we had with this arm is, of course, we needed one down one to properly secure the hand, and while neither this or this 1x1 are available in dark bluish grey, it means that when I went and actually colour swapped them all to be the right colours, we're unfortunately left with the only error that is stopping the Monk Maz Kosher from ever becoming a real set at the moment, and that is the production of this downward 1x2 bracket in dark bluish grey. So unfortunately it looks like the Monk won't be ready for IRL building for a little while longer. However, we can still fix our other errors for today and get him almost ready, and then maybe if I can put up with light bluish grey, I can just order the pieces anyway. This was the piece that we were using, and this isn't actually available in dark bluish grey, which is honestly a bit of a shock for me. However, these pieces were, and these work just as well to assemble, well, the head. In fact, it works just as fine because in the actual final build for the head, we've got some 1x4 plates that sort of bridge the gap and keep it nice and secure. So I am really not worried about stability for that, and that is a nice perfect fix. And then moving on to our final variation, if you've been paying attention, there is one last thing we needed to fix today, and that of course is the hat. And I went a bit different with the hat actually. I made some big changes, and you could almost count this as a remastering for the Monk Kosher, because honestly I think I'm more a fan of this, but we'll see over time. So basically I was looking around at pieces and there are no large dishes available in tan, so instead I grabbed these large sandbar curved brick pieces and I put 4 of them in a circle, and to be honest I didn't mind the elevation. I thought it actually added a bit of depth to his hat. Furthermore, it also gave him the opportunity to attach the tassels, like the little metal things that hang beneath his hat, which I thought was great fun and actually a more accurate detail to the monk. Perhaps I've done just a couple too many of them, but I think they look perfectly fine. I was then able to use the larger, or smaller should I say, style of tan dish, and then the one available 6x6 red dish, which then just sits on top and still creates that nice colour grading. And then I just got rid of the 2x2 on the top because I didn't think it was necessary when you could jam it between the studs. And there you have it, an almost entirely viable version of Monk Kosher to build in real life. The only problem being, of course, this 1x2 downward bracket, which is of course not available in the colour. So it may just be that I hold off until that is available, but in the meantime I don't really see that as a problem. He's still a great build that I'm really excited to, well, turn into real life one day, and you can see his full elevation, or evolution should I say, down the road there. However, there are a couple more sets I wanted to talk about today, and the first one is a couple of changes that I made to the Master Koga helmet. Now, this is mainly because, again, this is another one I'm really proud of that I want to turn into a real-life build one day, and there were 2 collision errors over here. One of which was this 2x2 round tile, which for some reason is no longer a collision error, and then of course this ring piece, which I genuinely knew that would never be coming in dark red. So if it's a set I want to build, unfortunately I am indeed going to have to deal with that. This is also because this piece is a weapon. There's a very low chance that it's ever produced in dark red, and if it is, I'd obviously always swap it out again. So I went around looking for alternatives, and I came across this. This is the 2x2 round tile with the hole in the center, and this is also a piece that appears in dark red and is actually like possible to build. So immediately I changed it out, and I just changed the other collision error to 4 quarter pie tiles like so, and it fills the same purpose. So Master Koga has a slightly different shaped eye, and now he's ready to build in real life, which I think is going to be such a cool model. I'm really excited to build him one day. However, honestly, again, like the Monk Kosher, I then genuinely think I prefer this version to the original. The font of the eye is just a bit more in shape with the rest of the helmet, and I really think that it came out well. Really like it, and again, I'm excited to see him in real life one day soon. Next one, and the final one for today that we're going to fix up, is our NES Ganon from the Z0035 Digilink Ganon Castle boss battle. And this is another figure that I do kind of want to build in real life, but due to the limitation of teal parts at the moment, there were a couple of errors. If we take a look over here, just like the monk, I have changed up some bits. Around the back, we obviously have these pieces here, which aren't actually available in teal, as well as the big 1x2 modified brick. We've also got the problem of obviously the nose, the rounded piece, and the modified bricks once again here. They also make a reappearance under his stomach, and his toes are also not available in the colour, giving us these 4 pieces to fix. So, of course, I got to work straight away and did some modification. The big exciting thing for Ganon, and why he's actually one step closer to becoming real life over some other steps, is the inclusion of this big 2x4 tile in the recent Chinese New Year Winter Ice Festival set, which was really exciting and really spurred me on to get this guy fixed and ready to go. Most of the pieces are actually either now available in teal, or were just able to be swapped out with simple 1x1s instead of 2x2s, which don't affect the structure but just get the job done. That fixed the tummy and the arms, and in fact the bit behind the nose as well. We also just changed out the toes for plates, just because, well, Ganon don't have claws, I guess. And then I went in behind the head and I changed this to sand blue for the time being. Admittedly, this would ideally be in teal, but who knows, I won't be doing this build either until this piece becomes available in teal, this 1x1 2-rounded plate, and that could be years if ever. So we've got plenty more time to wait for the pieces for Ganon to become available, but I still thought it was worth just checking on where he was to make sure he was ready to go. And well, I think that's going to do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this insight into how I'm getting these sets ready to become real. I think it's really, really important, and I'm really, really looking forward to being able to show this guy off in real life, particularly the monk and the Koga helmet. Of course, it's going to take me a while to order some pieces, but in the meantime, I have been building the Master Sword pedestal, as well as a couple other exciting projects, and I'll be doing instructions and reviews of those whenever I actually get around to it. So I hope you guys are excited for that, and I just wanted to show you a bit more behind the scenes. Once again, I will promise it again, the custom set that you guys have been waiting for is not long away at all. There is going to be one next week, and I hope you guys are excited for that. I know I am. So let me know what you thought of the changes down below. Do you prefer the old or the new Monk Maz Kosha, the old or the new Koga? And of course, if you're new here, go check out these custom sets. There's more than just these guys in there. You've got figures and a whole Digilink sub theme. So if these are catching your interest, please check out the playlist on the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.